Once upon a time, in a quiet town called Roseville, there lived a woman named Clara. She was 32 years old, beautiful, kind-hearted, and smart. Clara had long black hair, soft brown eyes, and a smile that could brighten even the gloomiest days. She worked as a teacher at the local primary school and loved children. Her students adored her, and their parents often praised her gentle nature. But despite all her good qualities, Clara had one big problem. She was still single. Many of her friends were already married, some with children. At every wedding she attended, people would whisper, "When will Clara find someone?" Her close friends, though once supportive, began to tease her. "Maybe you're too picky," said Lucy, her childhood friend, one day as they sat in a cafe. "Or maybe you're waiting for a prince on a horse," laughed Mandy, another friend. Clara would smile and laugh with them, but deep inside, their words hurt. She wanted love, a husband, someone to share her life with. But no matter how many dates she went on, none of the men felt right. Some were not serious, some only cared about her looks, and some simply disappeared after a few meetings. Nights were the hardest. Clara would sit by her window, looking at the stars and whisper, "When will it be my turn?" Her mother, Mrs. Adelaide, also worried. Though she never pressured Clara, she would sometimes say softly, "I just want to see you happy, Clara." Clara always replied, "I am happy, Mama. But yes, I do wish for someone special." One Sunday, after church, Clara took a walk in the park. It was her routine. She loved watching the ducks by the pond, children playing, and couples holding hands. She tried not to feel sad, but that day her heart felt especially heavy. As she sat on a bench feeding birds, a deep voice spoke beside her. "They seem to like you." Clara turned and saw a tall man with short curly hair and warm hazel eyes. He smiled kindly. He looked around her age. "I guess they do," Clara replied, smiling back. "May I?" he asked, gesturing to the bench. "Of course." He sat down and introduced himself. "I'm David, just moved to Roseville." "Clara," she said, "welcome to our little town." They began to talk. David had come from the city, looking for a quieter life. He worked in a small law firm and enjoyed reading and nature walks. They talked for almost an hour, and it felt like minutes. Before leaving, David asked, "Can we talk again sometime? Maybe over coffee?" Clara blushed lightly and nodded. "I'd like that." And so, their story began. David and Clara started seeing each other often. They walked in the park, had coffee at her favorite cafe, and shared stories about their lives. Clara found David gentle, funny, and honest. He listened to her, respected her, and never made her feel less. Her friends noticed the change. Clara looked happier. "So, who's the guy?" Lucy asked one evening. "His name is David," Clara replied, smiling. "Finally," Mandy joked. "Tell us everything." Months passed. David and Clara grew closer. They had their little fights and differences, but they always talked and understood each other. Clara introduced him to her mother, and Mrs. Adelaide liked him instantly. One evening, while watching the sunset on Clara's porch, David took her hand. "Clara, you're the most wonderful woman I've ever known. I never believed in love at first sight until I met you. Will you marry me?" Clara's eyes filled with tears. She nodded, whispering, "Yes." Their wedding was simple but beautiful. Her friends, once mocking, now cheered the loudest. Clara walked down the aisle in a white dress, holding David's hand, smiling brighter than ever. And so, the lonely beauty found her love, not through rushing or pretending, but by staying true to herself and being patient. Because sometimes love takes time, but when it comes, it's worth the wait.